The enigma of the Ulfberht Viking blades. More than a millennium ago, a remarkable mystery was forged in the fires of history, one that challenges everything we assumed about medieval metalworking. The legendary Ulfberht swords, elite weapons of the Viking Age, were crafted with a level of sophistication and purity that should not have been possible until nearly 800 years later. These extraordinary blades, etched with the inscription plus ULFBERHT plus, stood in a class of their own, far surpassing other European weapons of the era in strength, flexibility, and durability. This has led historians and metallurgists alike to wonder, how did Viking blacksmiths possess such an advanced understanding of metallurgy during an era when most European swords were crude and fragile? Unlike typical medieval iron weapons, which were produced through a bloomer smelting technique that left behind slag and impurities, the Ulfberht swords were created using high-carbon steel with an astonishing level of purity. Their lightweight yet razor-sharp edges gave them a combat advantage unmatched in their time. Modern analysis has revealed that these weapons contained almost no slag, and their carbon composition was eerily similar to modern steel, something medieval forgers should not have been able to achieve. The key to their remarkable quality lies in their material, what contemporary metallurgists identify as crucible steel. This process involves heating iron to extreme temperatures until it becomes a molten liquid, allowing for meticulous carbon control and the elimination of impurities. The problem? Such steel production was not known to exist in medieval Europe. Official records indicate that crucible steel only became widespread in Europe with the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, nearly 800 years later. So, how were the Vikings, or their suppliers, able to produce these superior blades in the 9th century? Over 100 Ulfberht swords have been unearthed across Scandinavia, Northern Europe, and even as far as Russia. What truly distinguishes them is the enigmatic plus Ulfberht plus engraving along the blade, thought to be either the signature of a master smith or the hallmark of an elite sword-making tradition. However, these discoveries present yet another layer to the mystery. Not all Ulfberht swords are of the same quality. Some are true masterpieces of crucible steel, while others are lesser imitations forged from inferior metal, yet still bearing the prestigious name. This suggests that the original Ulfberht swords were so revered that medieval blacksmiths attempted to forge counterfeits, hoping to capitalize on their legendary reputation. Yet, the most perplexing aspect of these weapons is not just their craftsmanship, but their origins. While Europe lacked the capability to produce crucible steel during the Viking era, such metallurgical advancements were well known in other parts of the world, particularly in the Middle East and Central Asia. Regions like Persia and India had long mastered sophisticated steelmaking techniques, such as those used to create the famed Damascus steel, renowned for its strength and unique wavy patterns. Many historians theorize that Viking merchants, notorious for their extensive trade networks, may have encountered these superior metallurgical techniques while journeying along the lucrative trade routes that connected Scandinavia with the Islamic world. The Vikings, particularly the Varangians, were known to traverse deep into Russia, establishing settlements and trade connections that linked them to the Byzantine Empire and the powerful Islamic caliphates. In addition to acquiring silk, silver, and spices, could they also have obtained high-quality steel ingots, or even the knowledge of advanced forging techniques? Even if the Vikings somehow procured crucible steel, the next riddle emerges. Who among them had the expertise to shape it into such refined weapons? The forging process required temperatures far higher than any known medieval European furnace could reach. Could Viking blacksmiths have unlocked an advanced method that was later lost to time? If so, why did their metallurgical expertise vanish? leaving no trace in subsequent centuries. No similar steel weapons appear in Europe for nearly 1,000 years after the Viking Age, adding yet another layer of intrigue to the Ulfberht saga. An alternative theory suggests that the Ulfberht swords were not forged by Viking hands at all, but were instead the work of Frankish master blacksmiths. This hypothesis aligns with the fact that a significant number of Ulfberht swords have been discovered in regions once controlled by the Franks, rather than exclusively in Scandinavian territories. The Frankish Empire, under rulers like Charlemagne, imposed strict laws prohibiting the sale of high-quality weapons to the Vikings. However, history has repeatedly shown that black markets and illicit trade routes often circumvent such regulations. Could it be that the Ulfberht swords were smuggled into Viking hands or looted from raids? What deepens the mystery even further is the sudden disappearance of true Ulfberht swords. At some point, the production of genuine crucible steel blades ceased, replaced only by crude, lower-quality replicas. This suggests that whoever originally crafted these masterpieces either took their knowledge to the grave or that their supply of premium materials was abruptly cut off. Was there a singular genius blacksmith behind these weapons? A lost forge whose techniques died with its creators? Or was there a disruption in the trade routes that once funneled crucible steel into Northern Europe? Modern metallurgists and craftsmen still struggle to replicate the exact composition and durability of authentic Ulfberht swords using only the tools available during the Viking era. Some attempts to reproduce them have required specialized modern equipment, highlighting just how sophisticated these weapons were for their time. The level of refinement, purity, and engineering precision evident in Ulfberht swords remains unparalleled in the medieval world. So, where did these extraordinary swords truly come from? Were they a rare product of Viking ingenuity, the secretive craft of Frankish blacksmiths, or the result of knowledge borrowed from distant lands such as Persia and India? Could there have been an advanced yet forgotten metallurgical center where someone cracked the secrets of high-carbon steel long before the Industrial Revolution? Much like the ancient megalithic walls of Sacsayhuamán, the Ulfberht swords stand as another historical anomaly, evidence of an intelligence and technological mastery that does not align neatly with conventional historical narratives. Whether forged in Viking workshops or acquired from distant civilizations, these legendary blades remain one of the most fascinating unsolved puzzles of medieval warfare. And if such lost techniques once existed, one has to wonder, what other forgotten knowledge has been buried by time, waiting to be rediscovered? Write something, right. The enigmatic stone walls of Sacsayhuamán. Nestled high in the Peruvian Andes, towering above the historic city of Cusco, lies one of the most extraordinary archaeological marvels ever discovered: the monumental stone walls of Sacsayhuamán. This breathtaking site, known for its immense scale and unparalleled precision, stands as a testament to ancient engineering that has withstood the tests of time and nature for centuries. Unlike typical ruins, these walls boast colossal stones, some exceeding 200 tons, yet they interlock so flawlessly that not even a razor's edge can slip between them. The sheer complexity and craftsmanship of Sacsayhuamán provoke profound questions. How were these massive stones extracted, sculpted, transported, and assembled with such meticulous accuracy, using only the rudimentary tools available to the Inca? And perhaps even more intriguingly, was it truly the Inca who constructed this awe-inspiring structure? The name Sacsayhuamán translates to satisfied falcon in Quechua, the language of the Inca civilization, yet its true function remains a subject of debate. Perched over 12,000 feet above sea level, the site commands a stunning panoramic view of Cusco. What remains today is merely a portion of what was once an even grander and more complex architectural wonder, much of it lost over centuries due to stone removal and destruction following the Spanish conquest. Even in its diminished state, however, the site continues to defy explanation, standing as a triumph of ancient construction. Composed of enormous limestone blocks, some towering over 20 feet and as heavy as a commercial aircraft, the walls of Sacsayhuamán exhibit an astonishing level of craftsmanship. Unlike the rough masonry seen in many other Incan structures, these stones were shaped with remarkable precision and fitted together so seamlessly that no mortar was necessary. Their surfaces are smoothed and polished, with edges cut to interlock perfectly, creating a structure that has withstood powerful earthquakes that have devastated Cusco and surrounding areas. The design of the walls follows a distinctive zigzag pattern, extending for nearly a kilometer across three massive terraces resembling giant steps. Some researchers propose that this unique formation was intended for military defense, while others suggest it carried profound symbolic meaning, potentially mirroring the jagged shape of lightning, a revered force in Andean mythology. Unlike many ancient strongholds constructed on flat terrain, Sacsayhuamán was ingeniously integrated into the natural rocky landscape. The builders meticulously shaped the stones to align with the rugged topography, demonstrating a sophisticated and intentional design. The site also contains remnants of grand entrances, subterranean passageways, and intricate water channels, suggesting it may have served multiple functions beyond a mere fortress. Certain areas feature large circular depressions carved into the rock, believed to be ceremonial plazas or astronomical observation points, while other sections exhibit deep grooves that might have directed water for ritualistic purposes. Mainstream archaeology attributes the construction of Sacsayhuamán to the Inca Empire during the 15th century, under the reign of Emperor Pachacuti, the same ruler credited with commissioning Machu Picchu. According to historical accounts, thousands of Incan laborers dedicated decades to transporting and carving these stones, meticulously assembling them into the formidable complex we see today. Yet, the enigma surrounding Sacsayhuamán only deepens. Local legends tell a different tale, one in which even the Inca regarded the site as an ancient relic, built by an earlier civilization lost to time. If these accounts hold any truth, Sacsayhuamán could predate the Inca by an unknown number of centuries, possibly even millennia. One of the greatest puzzles of Sacsayhuamán is the sheer logistics of its construction. The closest known quarry for these enormous stones lies miles away, across treacherous mountainous terrain. The Inca possessed no wheeled transport, no large draft animals, and no sophisticated engineering tools. Conventional theories suggest that massive teams of laborers maneuvered the stones using thick ropes and wooden rollers, inching them across the landscape. Yet, even with modern machinery, moving such colossal stones remains an immense challenge. Could the builders have possessed advanced knowledge of engineering techniques that have since been lost? Some researchers speculate that ancient Andean cultures may have developed a method to soften stone, allowing it to be molded and shaped before hardening again. This theory stems from indigenous legends describing a mysterious plant-based substance capable of breaking down rock, though no scientific evidence has yet confirmed its existence. Others have proposed the possibility of acoustic levitation or vibrational energy aiding in the transportation process, yet no concrete proof of such technology has ever surfaced. The purpose of Sacsayhuamán is just as perplexing as its construction. When the Spanish conquistadors first encountered the site, they assumed it to be a military stronghold, and historical accounts indicate that it played a crucial role in battles against the Spanish invasion. However, many scholars now believe Sacsayhuamán was far more than a mere fortress. Some evidence suggests it functioned as a ceremonial or religious site, possibly dedicated to Inti, the Incan sun god. Others theorize it served as a royal retreat or a gathering place for the empire's elite. Adding to its intrigue, Sacsayhuamán has endured centuries of devastating earthquakes, while buildings in Cusco below have crumbled. The secret lies in an ancient construction technique known as ashlar masonry, where precisely cut stones are arranged in a way that allows them to shift slightly during seismic activity, before settling back into place. The fact that this was achieved without mortar makes it even more astonishing. Could the builders have possessed knowledge of earthquake-resistant architecture far ahead of their time? Another compelling theory suggests that Sacsayhuamán was part of a broader interconnected network of ancient sites. Some researchers draw striking comparisons between its construction techniques and those of other megalithic structures around the world, from Puma Punku in Bolivia to the pyramids of Egypt. The similarities in precision stonework and architectural methods raise the question, could these ancient sites be linked in ways we have yet to understand? Did an advanced prehistoric civilization once span the globe, leaving behind a legacy of inexplicable structures? Despite extensive research, the origins of Sacsayhuamán remain shrouded in mystery. No definitive answers exist regarding how it was built, who constructed it, or why. Was it a fortress, a sacred temple, or something entirely different? Did the Inca truly erect it, or did they merely inherit a masterpiece from an unknown civilization with knowledge beyond our comprehension? And if so, what other secrets might still be hidden beneath the Andean peaks, waiting to be unveiled? For now, Sacsayhuamán stands as one of history's greatest enigmas, where legend and reality intertwine. Its silent, immovable stones challenge the narratives we have been taught, compelling us to question the full extent of humanity's forgotten past. The deeper we explore, the more uncertainties emerge, hinting that our history is far more intricate than we have been led to believe.